Good morning, everyone. This is the time in our service when we share joys and sorrows of those that have come into our lives in recent times. We firstly remember those who are in the military and away from home. And also those who cannot be with us today. If you wish to share a joy or sorrow, would you please raise your hand, your electronic hand on as well.
This is for everyone, but primarily for the folks who identify as children among us. Rest, taking breaks, letting yourself unwind. These are important even for the youngest members of our community, especially for them in the easiest of times, and that easiest of times that doesn't describe right now. I can't imagine the stress of being a kid in school at a time like this. The last 3 years being anything but what kids expected. Some of our youngest have barely known a world without masks. And while in the interest of protecting our kids, tragically often the thing that may be the most beneficial thing for them is the first thing to go. Play. Fun with friends. Just hanging out. I'm not sure if any children or youth are watching today. Honestly, I hope you're not. Not because I don't want you here. I definitely want you here. But because you need time for yourself. Weekends were always a joy for me in my childhood. But if you are here, I recognize how hard life is for you. I hope you can get the important breaks away from all the important things. I hope you know that you don't have to be perfect all the time. And I hope your parents know that too. I'd like us all now to enter into this moment, this time of prayer and meditation, a time that we intentionally practice some rest and self-care. If that means that you get more comfortable in your seat, that you lean back further, or that you settle, you really find your connection to the ground, close your eyes, bow your head, whatever it may be that gives you the most comfort in this moment, I encourage and invite you to do so. As I read this meditation by my colleague Vanessa Southern, entitled, Even This is Enough. So much undone, so much to do, so much to heal in us and the world, so much to acquire a meal, a healthy body, a fit one, a lover, a job, a better job. Proof we have and are enough just around the corner of now. And up against it, the reality of all that falls short and the limits of today. We honor the limits. If your body won't do what it used to, for right now, let it be enough. If your mind won't stop racing or can't think of the word, let it be enough. If you are here utterly alone and in despair, be all that here with us. If today you cannot sing because your throat hurts or you don't have the heart for music, be silent. When the offering plate, virtual or not, goes around, if you don't have money to give or the heart to give, let it pass right by you. The world won't stop spinning on her axis if you don't rise to all occasions today. Love won't cease to flow in your direction. Your heart won't stop beating. All hope won't be lost. You are part of the plan for this world's salvation. Of that I have no doubt. The world needs its oceans of people striving to be good, to carry us to the shores of hope and wash fear from the beach heads and cleanse all wounds so they can heal. But oceans are big, and I am sure there are parts that don't feel up to the task of the whole some days. Rest if you must. Then, like the swimmer lying on her back who floats, or the hawk carried on cushions of air. Rest in pews made to hold weary lives in space, carved out for the doing of nothing much but being. Perhaps then you will feel in your bones, in your weary heart, the aching, healing sense that this is enough, even this, that we are enough, you are enough, enough. For these and all the meditations of our hearts unspoken in this hour, I say, Amen.
It is Okay That You Are Not Okay by Reverend Alex Klingenberg. It's okay to throw away the Tupperware that has the mystery mold growing in the back of the fridge. It's okay to buy new underwear instead of washing the laundry today. It's okay to only wash the mugs. It's okay to eat crackers and cheese with carrots and blueberries for dinner. You don't have to cook to eat well. It's okay that you only got one thing done today. You're allowed to cancel that catch-up phone call because you desperately want to watch TV. It's okay if TikTok is keeping you alive. It's okay if you don't feel much of anything. It's okay if you're just surviving right now. I'm sorry that it's so hard, but it is okay that you are not okay. That's many of us, and sometimes dinner has been cookies instead of anything as healthy as cheese and crackers and blueberries and carrots. And some of us aren't able to do as much as we used to. And when we come to our time of giving, it's okay if you can't give as much as you used to, or maybe not at all. And sometimes even the word giving feels stressful. So let's think perhaps of sharing what we have into our beloved community, of releasing our resources into the stream that carries us all, so that your giving today is not so much a hardship for you, but it is bringing this community closer, keeping us afloat so that we can all be there for you. So in this spirit of sharing, let us now make it easy as possible for you to do so by posting the links on your screen.
I tell you what, this last week was hard for me. Honestly, work and life have been extra hard since the beginning of the new year. Not so much that any one task was difficult, though there have been those too. It's primarily the accumulation of it all. With the COVID surge that impacts the whole world, including my day-to-day stress levels about whether or not I'm safe and whether I'm keeping others safe, I've unintentionally taken no days truly off since the apple dropped about a month ago. Going has been necessary to get the work of the church done, get the work of my home done, my family done. And if I don't take the time needed to rest, recuperate, reset, recharge, reground, I'll be less able to offer you all the attention and care you deserve. My long-term outlook gets less, well, long-term. To keep going, I need to be intentional about getting rest. For that reason, I'm intentionally keeping today's reflection quite brief. I just don't have the hours in a day during which I am functional to do any more than that right now. And I'll also name the elephant in the room. That's why I'm wearing pajamas today, and I hope you are too. Of course, I still hope you get what you need. Now, the funny thing is, when I'm intentional about self-care and rest, I of course feel better, but there's a paradox. Am I being so intentional that I'm not actually getting the desired benefit? This irony became apparent when I had a recent conversation with Reverend Jane Page, who many of you know from her time as an intern here. She's my mentor while I'm in preliminary ministerial fellowship. She said to me during a conversation, "Sometimes you just got to do nothing." She immediately muddied the sermon I was going to offer today about the importance of intentional rest. Now, I'm often intentional with my self-care, but am I too intentional? For example, with most of my self-care, I try to check off several self-care goals at the same time. Of course, there just isn't enough time to do all the things I need to do. So, in the interest of efficiency, I combine. I meditate while running, connect with the ground while shopping, read while laying down or on the elliptical machine. How do I truly just take a breath, though, without trying to check off any other goals? Once again, like last week, I find myself in tension. If I'm not intentional, will I really take care of myself? If I'm too intentional, is the care time I take even beneficial? Even more ironic is that as I wrote the bulk of this reflection, I was planning to do yoga during that time. But I just kept writing, putting off yoga and subsequently lunch, which then didn't happen until about 4 p.m. Would it have been any different if I were more intentional? Complicating matters more. It is a lot easier for me to get rest than folks who have less privilege than I. My life won't really fall apart if I take a break. For others, taking a break serves a generous portion of realistic fear that their lives will fall apart. And if I'm resting, who picks up the slack? Am I making somebody else's life harder while I take a breath or 10? Is it even fair for me to take a break when others can't? More tension. Burnout from lack of rest is one of the main reasons why hospital intensive care unit capacities are so high right now. It's not just about the amount of beds. Nurses, doctors, all healthcare providers are burned out. They're understandably beginning to take the rest they need after 2 straight years of being in trauma response mode. The rest they deserve. Their cortisone levels, the body chemical released when stressed, have been coursing through their bodies nonstop for too long, which causes damage. ICU beds become useless if there is nobody there to staff them. Healthcare providers don't really get the choice to be intentional with their rest, and if they do, they risk their jobs. Of course, around half our regional population is choosing to make others' lives more difficult by not getting vaccinated. Being selfish isn't the same as taking care of yourself. Choosing to be selfish makes it harder for others to get the rest and care they need. And to be clear, I'm not saying everyone who isn't fully vaccinated is selfish. The important word here is choosing. Once again, I find myself living in tension. Can't I just have a moment when I'm not living in tension? Since first encountering the poem by my colleague Reverend Alex Klingenberg, which Jezebel shared earlier, it's become enormously helpful for me to offer myself space and grace from all this constant tension and constant list of things that just need to get done, always right now, of course. Obviously, I'm not feeling alone in that feeling a certain kind of way, since Reverend Klingenberg wrote it. Several other colleagues have shared it on their Facebook feeds too. Jezebel, would you please read it one more time to soothe our souls?
It's okay to throw away the Tupperware that has the mystery mold growing on it in the back of the fridge. It's okay to buy new underwear instead of washing the laundry today. It's okay to only wash the mugs. It's okay to eat crackers and cheese and carrots and blueberries for dinner. You don't have to cook to eat well. It's okay that you only got one thing done today. You're allowed to cancel that catch-up phone call because you desperately want to watch TV. It's okay if TikTok is keeping you alive. It's okay if you don't feel much of anything. It's okay if you're just surviving right now. I'm sorry it's so hard, but it is okay that you are not okay.
When life is extra lifey, it's the little moments of grace that are truly amazing, truly liberating, which makes me curious. What if that's what the famous hymn, Amazing Grace, is all about? Not something magical, magnanimously offered by another benevolent being. What if Amazing Grace, big or small, is one of the greatest gifts that we can offer ourselves? To say to ourselves, it's okay. Because it is okay. May each of us offer that gift, Amazing Grace, whenever needed, with intention or not. And may we not get too stressed about that too. I think a lot of you probably know this tune. Please feel free to sing along. It's hymn number 205 in the hymnal if you have it at home, but the words, of course, will be on the screen as well. Give yourself some Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares. I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we'd first begun. As worship ends today, I invite you all, wherever you are, to take 4 big breaths in and out at your own pace, not trying to control the breaths, just counting each as they go in and out. May we remember this feeling of peace and calm and return to it when needed. And if that doesn't work for you, it's okay to do whatever your soul needs in a moment, in a very deserved act of wondrous love and amazing grace. Blessed be, and amen. Sometimes dance is what you need.
We're going to be dancing now. Our postlude was written by musician John Fogerty way back in 1970 when he came off of a long road tour with his band Creedence Clearwater Revival, and he came home to his farm in Illinois, and he went out onto the back porch, and he sat with his 3-year-old son, read him To Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss, surrounded by toys scattered all around the yard, and he just relaxed after all his work. So the song goes great with our theme today. And if you are, we've got Jezebel dancing and playing the tambourine in the sanctuary. And if you are at home and want to get out of your chair to dance, certainly feel free, or you can just clap your hands. And I'm getting a message from the tech deck. It's on. Hang on a second, folks. Green button.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. So,
I think we know, but you could just sing into this mic.
okay,
Another mic.
bear with us, folks, for a second. We're going to get another mic so you can hear me. Oh, it's good now. Okay, it's good now. Anyway, here we go. Looking out my front door, looking out my back door. Just got home from Illinois, locked the front door, oh boy. Got to sit down, take a rest on the porch. Imagination sets in, pretty soon I'm singing. Doot, 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 looking out my back door. There's a giant doing cartwheels, a statue wearing high heels. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn. Dinosaur Victrola, listening to Buck Owens. Doot, 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 looking out my back door. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Won't you take a ride on the flying spoon? Doot, 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 wondrous apparition, guided by magician. Doot, 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 looking out my back door. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Won't you take a ride on the flying spoon? Doot, 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 bother me tomorrow. Today I'll find no sorrow. Doot, 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 looking out my back door. Doot, 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 looking out my back door.